You're all invited to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Accept this, Michael. Be one of us. Oh!
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
Candyman.
Welcome. It's hard not to hear that intro and just jam out. Yeah. For those of you who don't see us in the recording, just in the background, just really bump into it as it plays. Yeah, it's pretty great. Love it. So episode 2, we've paid the rent on the treehouse and we're allowed to stay for another week. Very excited. Last week was folk horror, and it is clearly one of my favorite. I love a lot of horror, but I would say that it's pretty high up there. At least it's the flavor of the year for me. But
Good one.
Your favorite, all-time favorite, the one that you keep coming back to, and even when we talk folk horror or creature features or anything,
It's all
what you bring in has elements of body horror.
body horror. Much like my pal Jesus, body horror is...
To be frank, body horror, it's not low on my list, but it's not high on my list. Like, it's medium ground. I think that there's some body horror that I really like. I actually tend to really like the old stuff, the 70s, the 80s, as opposed to the new age horror, body horror. I think that, I don't know why, maybe it gets too literary, or I don't know, but I do really
I can see that.
But what is it? What do you like? Why are you drawn to body horror?
Likely, it was probably the first kind of horror that you were introduced to.
Okay, yeah.
Body horror is one of those things that's prevalent throughout, like, fairy tales, folklore, myths.
Yeah.
It creeps its way into children's stories. It creeps its way into mythology, biblical stories.
Anime, we talked about that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Anime is silly with it. What I enjoy about good body horror is how insular the fear is. So with other things like slashers, creature features, folk horror, that kind of stuff, there's all these outside factors usually coming in to affect your main character. But with body horror, they are the story.
Yeah. Okay. That's a really cool way to put
And it's some of the major questions of body horror are, where do I begin and my body end? What is me and what is my body, and what does that mean? For society at large, sometimes body horror asks that question. One of the other things I really love about body horror is it's very human.
Yeah.
It's a very... I don't know if other mammals can experience that kind of fear.
Interesting.
That fear of my body is changing and I cannot stop that.
I think that point right there is probably the thing that I love and hate the most about body horror, is how uncomfortable the genre of body horror is, right? Like, you think about, and so my 2 cents on it is if you think about the uncomfortability, like, I think people have like a general phobia if you think about, like, I don't like people touching my eye. Like, I'll use my wife as an example. Had something go on with her eye, had to go to the eye doctor, had an almost full-blown panic attack because She did not like someone touching her eye. I think there are people that are that way with gagging and
Oh yeah.
there's just that thought of like there's everyone I think has that thing that makes them uncomfortable, right? That
I like to call it the squirm factor.
it's the squirm factor. Exactly. And so what I think is the most interesting for me is that unlike other parts of horror, like I like other parts of horror, like psychological thrillers that make me think. I like things with twists that make me constantly try to figure it out.
Yes. Yes.
The interesting thing is that what I love about horror, and I've said this before, I love horror because I've got anxiety, and my anxiety is trying to fill in the like, what do I do here? What do I do here?
Oh.
But in this genre, it doesn't. It supersedes that, and so my anxiety is peak throughout the whole thing because I'm uncomfortable. Like
It makes you hyper aware of the things that going on in your body.
I think that you have sensory issues in the middle of watching. Like it is,
Yes.
I watched one of my top 5 last night. I won't say it until we get there, but I did it just to kind of like I need a good punch in the face, right?
Yep.
The other thing,
It's body horror is that feeling of your stomach and asshole connecting.
bingo, yeah, it is. So I struggle with some sensory issues from time to time, and this is going to sound silly. Sometimes I'll sit on the couch and I'll have a blanket on top of me and I'll be wearing my socks and my fucking socks just don't feel right? Like I don't know what to do, but just the feeling of that sock constricted on my foot makes me uncomfortable. And that's how these movies make me feel. Is that just like I can't run from it. I can't get away from it. There's nothing I can do. And I think that's the cool part is that like I hate it and also love it. The other thing I was going to mention is something that you mentioned earlier on right out of the gate. Body horror is everywhere. Even if you think about movies that aren't necessarily categorized as body horror, there's body horror in it. Like I'll give a great example of one that's not on my list, but I almost put it in 4 different times. Alien. Alien is chock full of body horror.
Oh my god, yeah, the aliens busting out of chests and fucking everything Ash has going on.
I think I struggled with making my list because there are different types of body horror. There's the transformational kind,
yes,
that you think about. I think that there is the kind where.
I'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and pivot to our tomes of darkness.
The Tones of Darkness.
Please.
So one thing I read I say very young. I was 17, so however young that is, depending on, your generation. 17 is different.
Yeah, right.
Across whatever. So anyway, when I was like 17, I read the book The Ruins. And
yeah.
The Ruins, I'll never forget it because like I was in English class and like we had to read a certain amount of books in like a year, right? And I just remember my English teacher coming to me and being like, I know you're going to read that many books. Don't worry about it. And actually don't even worry about getting books off that shelf back there.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then she came in one day, it was Miss Getz, and she had The Ruins, and she goes, I think you're going to like this.
What? Sorry, say it again. How old were you?
17.
Okay, got it.
And a teacher handed this off to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember, I think that's what reignited my love for the genre.
Yeah.
Like, as an awareness. Like, because like you say, body horror is everywhere, and it's just something that I seek out in everything. And it seeps into facets of my life. This is the Metal Minute, brought to you by Body Horror.
This is a Metal Minute. Metal Minute. Metal.
That's right. Body horror gets everywhere, including into music, especially heavy metal. One of my favorite examples of this is, of course, pretty much everything ever made by the band Cannibal Corpse, death metal band from Florida. Specifically, my favorite album, Tomb of the Mutilated. As far as body horror goes, we have the song I Come Blood.
This is about shooting blood from your cock.
Okay.
We also have my favorite, Hammer Smashed Face.
To the point.
The squirm factor is all over the art. The squirm factor is all over the music, both sonically and lyrically. Another great example of body horror in heavy metal is one of my favorite bands, Mastodon.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
And it takes on a different take, though. It's more about transformative body horror.
Sure.
The album Blood Mountain, released in 2006, the concept is the main character of this journey is making his way up this mountain, and as he does, he slowly becomes something less and less familiar even to himself, something beyond a man.
Okay.
Blurring the line between man and beast. And what I love about this album is the songs step by step take you through that journey with this character. More example of body horror in the album. My favorite song on the album, Colony of Birchmen, is just about half human, half tree hybrids fucking stalking this dude in the woods.
I think you might have sold me on metal, finally. I wish when you pitched to me, hey, listen to Mastodon, that you said, oh, hey, listen to this shit.
We did it. I should have explained the concept albums. And Blood Mountain in particular is fucking rad. And then if you're going to talk about body horror and heavy metal, we're going to round it out with one of the four fathers of death metal, of course, the band Death.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and specifically, my favorite album by them, of course, body horror themed, is their 1988 album Leprosy.
Oh.
And Leprosy is it's the philosophical side of body horror. It's the terror of realizing your mind is trapped in a decaying body.
Okay.
And it's a clinical decay. It's songs about rotting flesh, social stigmas, and it's just your body literally betraying you, which is all over body horror. Yeah, man. If you dig heavy metal, go check out those albums.
So there is something that you snubbed, and I'm not a big, I'm not the biggest metal guy, but there are some metal bands that I follow. There is
absolutely
one that I wanted to go to at a concert venue outside of Chattanooga, in the caverns.
You have to mention them for body horror.
G-War, man.
I know, dude.
I feel like you snubbed them because I've heard that their concerts are body horror experience. If you look at their costumes, if you look at the blood in the crowd, I mean, it is body horror galore.
That is a wonderful point. They 100% deserve to be in this conversation simply for the album Scumdogs of the Universe. That album is silly with body horror. Their show is body horror. You go... So if Cannibal Corpse plays the song I Come Blood, Gwar comes out and will squirt you with blood from a giant alien penis. It's like going to a Gallagher show. Yeah. So I mean, I'm super glad you brought up. I mean, I'm drawing a blank. It's gonna really bother me. There is a really good comic book that is a heavy metal band's comic book, Okay.
It's going to bother me. I do. There is an Iron Maiden one. That's not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah. Maiden has a lot of it.
Gods of Brutality is one again. Not what I'm thinking of. Well, anyway, I'll find it and I will send it to you. I remember when it came out, about 10 years ago, and being like, this is pretty cool. And we talked about it last week, but the DC comic universe's metal has body horror in it. Like, and like now, like one of the comic books that if anything, where I'm going to try to come in is I think that you can probably stomach the body horror that I can't, or you relish that. I'm gonna
relish and wallow in it.
Right. And I'm good with it. I don't get squeamish, but it's not going to be my go-to. But I think that like one of the new Absolute Batman runs is very metal. And I think that I think this week they released what the new Joker looks like. Like they've been slowly releasing what these new villains look like. And the new Joker is just ravished with body horror. Like has a fucking tail. It is a monster. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, I think that like they're really good examples of body horror. I mean, take like we talked about it last week with horror with Green Lantern, where the one of the original Green Lanterns, or not original Green Lantern, but one of the early runs with Hal Jordan is his girlfriend gets chopped up by a serial killer and put in a refrigerator.
That's true.
And he finds her. I mean, there's some really cool,
super dope stuff and I'll have to mention while we're talking about comics and that kind of stuff, we can talk about manga. One of my favorite manga, whatever, however you want to say it. There's probably a right way to say it, but whatever. One of my favorites that is, of course, littered with body horror is Berserk.
Yep, I knew you were going to say it, and I agree with it. Yeah.
Yes, Berserk is great. It touches on different parts of body horror. There's mutations, there's violations, there's parasitic, not possession. What would it be? Parasitic monsters. Let's see. And of course, like Guts' own body. You learn pretty early on in the series that it's just this. Guts is a character stuck in a body that isn't fully his.
Oh, okay.
Well, in the way that it's not the way he would have designed. You know what I mean? Like the world happened to his body. If that makes sense. Like things happened to him that were beyond his control, and now he's stuck in this body that he has to make function. But he does it really well, and he fucking kicks ass. There's also the apostles, which are pretty much desire made flesh. Ordinary people who sell themselves to the God hand. They mutate into obscene monsters. Their new forms reflect their deepest cravings and sins. It's and the artist, the mangaka. I don't remember how they say it.
Your guess is mine. Yeah,
I think it's mangaku. Somebody will let me know if I'm wrong. A lot of his monsters are these weird human, insect, amorphous, blobular monsters, worm monsters, and like,
I love it. Yeah,
it's so good, dude. It's really great. The tone is just so heavy metal, and it's so Lovecraft, but it's Cronenberg with a broadsword.
I love that. That's a really good. Yeah. I think that also Attack on Titan.
Yes.
You know,
Fair.
you can't Google Attack on Titan and not look at body horror. You know, it's just.
I got one for you that another childhood favorite that sparked the body horror obsession for me. Goosebumps: The Haunted Mask.
Yep. Absolutely 100%.
Yep.
That. Yeah. I think we've all read that. We've all. I think there's a TV episode on that, right?
There is, and it is so unsettling.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's childhood. It's your body as a betrayal for children.
For sure. Yeah, that TV show and book series it twisted some kids growing up. You know what I mean?
It's dark, dude. It's dark. And what I love about The Haunted Mask, for those that have never seen it, is about a girl named Carly Beth that finds this mask. I don't remember if she finds it in a haunted house or like a hospital or a dumpster or what.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Or maybe even a costume shop, actually.
I can't remember.
And she puts it on, and it sticks to her face.
Yep.
She cannot get it off, and she is this monster. And it is, for a child, it is your worst fucking nightmare.
It's claustrophobic.
Yeah.
It's just, oh God, yeah. Yeah.
And like all the adults in the world that are supposed to be safe are like, get the fuck on. And like, it's wrenching for a kid.
Oh yeah. It really, I mean, even as an adult, the principles behind it are alarming. Yeah, I think that, you know, they're another comic book that I didn't put in there that has some body horror elements, and I think it skews more on gore than it does on body horror, but there are some horrific moments in it. The Boys.
Yeah, there's some absolutely horrific moments in The Boys.
And I think in the TV show now has some, like, is it horror in the sense that there's a man with a mask and, you know, is it the kind of Cronenberg type stuff? No, not really. But
no.
I think the horrific part is the relevance to today.
The relevance and the humanity.
Yeah. So I think that, you know, like I said, there's some real moments, especially with Homelander, that are very body horror forward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that are wrenching, that will make you squirm. That has the squirm factor.
It does, yeah. A lot of the ones where he's torturing people, mainly the ones where he's torturing people, I'm going to say every season, but like multiple times a season, he does something that really makes you.
Now, there is so that is kind of a controversial genre of body horror, the torture porn.
Oh, for sure. And I don't have any on my list, and because I think it's its own thing. That's
what I was going to say. I'm very much a body horror guy. I am not that dude. Like your hostels, you're picking people apart for fun kind of shit. Like, that's not me.
Would you consider that like House of a Thousand Corpses?
Ooh, I am a House of a Thousand Corpses guy.
I knew you were, so I wondered.
Very interesting. I'll have to think that one over.
Because I'm not sure if that's that, or is that like just a psychological slasher?
Put it psychological slasher.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Hostel, I remember watching Hostel as a kid and just being like, thank God for the boobs, right? Saw. Yeah. I remember when Saw came out, I was in like the 7th or 8th grade, and I remember then thinking, this is a lot.
Dude, but now Saw was like a game changer, though.
I feel like everything I'm listening, you're like, well, actually, and maybe it's just Hostel that you don't like.
I think it is Hostel I don't like.
I'm trying to think. Eli Roth has a lot of that.
He loves it.
Yeah. But he also does body horror well, like Green Inferno.
Green Inferno is fucking dope. Damn it, Bobby. You got me again.
Again, like, I think it's one of those things that you could argue it either way, and I would allow you to go either way. I think that in the same way that, like, I think it maybe torture porn falls under body horror. Maybe it is its own specified thing in the same way that, like, the transformative stuff, like The Thing and The Fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it is its own thing. I don't have any on my top 5 because that's not a genre that I particularly care for. Although, again, Saw is a revolutionary. It is a revolutionary franchise. I think that there are some torture porns out there that, really do a good job. But it's not my thing.
Absolutely. It can be so over the top sometimes. And I don't think I like that. I don't like what they will sacrifice in story sometimes.
Absolutely. That's what I think it is that there's not a story there, and I think that's the difference. I think that's the key difference, is that the differentiating factor between a horror film with gore and a horror, a gore porn, is that I think that gore porn, if you think about the plot of Hostel, the scary part is that you're out there in Eastern Europe in a place you shouldn't be, having sex with people you shouldn't, and then suddenly you're getting tortured. Like, there's no real hero's journey. I mean, there is technically, but, like, there's no real hero's journey. It's just... Yeah.
It's just an escape.
One thing. It's what it is.
It's a torture and an escape. There's no growth or...
Not really. I mean, again, I would argue that, like, Saw isn't necessarily that way, but I do think that,
Saw.
For sure. I actually have a soft spot for 2. Anything after, don't.
Yeah.
Because I think they just added on to it.
I'm with you. And it slowly becomes, as it goes, as someone who made it to the 5th one, as it goes, it does that thing I hate of sacrificing plot for just torture people.
I have made it to 3, and I think that's as far as I'll ever go.
As far as you need to. Yeah. Real quick, in our tomes, while I'm thinking about it, and while we're talking anime, or we're not talking anime, but I got to mention Chainsaw Man. If you haven't seen it,
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen that yet, check out Chainsaw Man. It's about a dude who is possessed by a demon. His transformations are violent and absurd, and basically he ends up with a man with a chainsaw for a face.
For a face.
For a face.
I was really thinking this was going to be an Ash versus Evil Dead situation, but...
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick.
Nope. It's his entire head.
Okay.
And it becomes a chainsaw, and he fucks up demons. And there's lots of other body horror with demons and stuff. If you're talking body horror, you got to mention it, because it's kind of the new, not new. I bet it's been out for, 4 years, 5 years?
Okay.
But it is kind of the most recent banger in the body horror. That and Parasite.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. You want to get to our top 5?
Let's get it. Let's go to the top 5 horror. Films. Top 5 body horror films, starting with number 5.
You go for it.
All right. My number 5 is a Paul W.S. Anderson film that came out in 1997, Event Horizon.
Oh my God! Yep.
Yep.
I almost put it on my list, and that I debated.
I love Event Horizon. It's trauma etched into the body. It's the body as a vessel for hell. It's just it's just glimpses of bodies twisted and torn and mutilated all the way through the movie.
It really is. Oh, the scene with the son in the airlock, the scene with him at the end, top to bottom. I mean, the whole thing.
And again, it's that ride of we can't stop it.
I don't think I texted you this, but I actually watched that about 2 weeks ago, and I did a double feature with it and with The Sphere.
Fear.
Yeah, it's a Michael Crichton book, I think. It
Okay.
is Rain Man.
Yeah. Tom Cruise? No.
No.
Dustin Hoffman.
Thank you. Dustin Hoffman.
That sounds.
I think Sharon Stone, Samuel L. Jackson. It is like they go down to the ocean for like a first contact situation.
Dude.
And there's like a sphere that is alien. It's not as much body horror, but there is body horror in it.
Dude, I haven't thought of that movie. I'm gonna watch that later.
It's one of those things that what I was going to text you about is that there was like a very specific 1990s grit about horror that they don't do anymore. And those two movies, they're not the same in any way, but they feel the same. They make you
100%.
feel while you're watching. Yeah,
Like 13 Ghosts.
100%.
Yep. Ghost of Mars.
Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship was brutal. What's your number 5?
Tusk.
Got to.
Yeah, so here's the thing about it. I debated, and honestly, Event Horizon was going to be my number 5. I have to put it on here because I'm such a big Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I know he took a lot of shit for that movie, but it is a serious movie wrapped in an unserious movie. It is like if you
Interesting.
So here's the thing. Justin Long, goofball, you don't like him. He's not a likable character. There's just so much about it. And you've got the yoga hosers with Kevin Smith and Depp's daughter. Johnny Depp is just not in the same movie as anyone else. Dude. He's not at all. And yet, any scene with Howard Howe is terrifying.
Is man indeed a walrus at heart?
Yes.
If you put Howard Howe in a different movie that's not Tusk, it is a terrifying movie. As you find out throughout the movie that he's a serial killer and that you see the other walruses down there and you get the interview and you get that he totally faked that he was a person with a learning disability. Like, he's a haunting character. And there were many times while watching that movie that I remember being so uncomfortable and feeling bad for Justin Long. So, again,
it's got the squirm.
It's got the squirm. So it has big time Human Centipede energy.
Yes. But I would say Human Centipede done well.
That's where I was going. Absolutely.
Like Human Centipede with a little bit of heart.
Absolutely. With an artistic flair.
There you go.
Like if someone that cared about cinema.
There you go.
So what's your number 4?
Well, I applaud your
My
number
bravery?
5.
Oh.
Has to be in the conversation. My number 4, 2006. A young man, fresh off of his run of trauma films, soon to be the greatest director of all time. James Gunn. The movie Slither. The horror, small town overtaken by parasitic alien slugs creating grotesque transformations. It's comedy horror done so well. It's grotesque and terrifying and unsettling, but there are also parts where you will laugh so hard and so genuine.
I genuinely miss that gun. Like, I think he does well in the superhero genre for sure. He is my favorite superhero director.
Yes,
but I miss it. I thought he did that movie incredibly well. The bathtub scene. What's
her name dies, dude.
It's great. It really, really is such a good movie.
Mm-hmm. And it's mutation, but it's absurdity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
again, I think why I liked it at the time was that wasn't a time when I was particularly into horror, but it was funny.
And then it's just that line of when desire becomes grotesque.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It says a lot about people. Hit me with your number 4.
My number 4 is Cabin Fever. Man, I don't know if it's a good movie or not, but I can tell you that it hits every note that I think it needs to.
And the scene you're talking about.
Yep, the skin
is so body horror.
Ooh, just honestly thinking about it it's squirming.
Good pull.
Yeah, it's one that it's floated for me, but that one is one, and I think people sleep on it. I don't think people revisit it. I don't think it's one that people are going. I mean, it's going to come up in a conversation, but
can you give people a rundown on what it is real quick? Because it is a terrifying fucking setup.
Yeah, it's your cabin in the woods where some horny teenagers go to the
teenage stuff.
Yeah, go do drink, drugs, and screw, and they go out to the woods. And I believe that there is a tainted water supply from a diseased animal.
Yes.
And it's been a minute. They get in contact with the water via swimming, I think, or
I think they all go swimming in it.
Yeah. And then the transformation doesn't take long. You got it in every way that it hits, where you've got the sloughing of skin, which is just so uncomfortable. The blood and the
teeth
projectile. And it's slowly and progressive, as a structured horror would be. It's not everyone does it all at once. You got one that starts the crew and then it spirals. Yes. And they're all just kind of trapped in this cabin. And it is, it's got psychological components to it that you got that trapped. There's nothing that you can do.
Can't get out.
You're it. It's done. There's nothing you can do. And when you start seeing people around you that are sloughing skin and losing teeth,
and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. So that's my number 4.
That's a great one, dude. That's a great number 4. My number 3, I talked about it earlier. It's one of my favorite books ever. It was also, I think, an awesome body horror movie. I love the movie The Ruins.
It was my number 6.
I love the movie The Ruins. The vines getting into people. The analogy for culturalism and appropriation and
I love
colonization.
Colonization, yeah. I love as they're like. I love the component of the tribes people being like, you're not getting off this. Like,
you're not leaving.
Yeah. No, killer movie. I've not read the book.
When it sinks in, that they were telling them not to go up that fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it feels like they're chasing them up it when you're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they realize, oh no, they were telling us not to climb this fucking thing, and now they're not going to let us leave it.
Yeah. That's kind of you. If you go back to the Cabin Fever, that's sort of like there's nothing you can do.
You're here,
and you're not going to have a good death,
dude. And it ends in the way the ruins spirals into madness as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's full body horror. It's your body betraying you physically and mentally.
Mm-hmm.
In the scene, where they take off the leg, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 3,
Slither.
Boom.
Yep.
Very good.
I had it higher.
You're a horror comedy guy.
I am. It is one of my go-tos, and this was one of my first introductions to it, and I loved it. So yeah, it absolutely loves Slither.
Yes.
Let's go right into your number 2. I have a feeling that you and I are going to have the same 1 and 2, and potentially in a different order, but we'll see.
So my number 2 is actually pretty recent.
Oh,
2019.
Okay.
And if you watch this movie, you will 100% know why it is on this list. I don't want to ruin it because, I watched it with my brother Will, and while we were watching it, Will paused it, looked at me, and said, "I've never seen anything like that on film before."
Okay.
Color Out of Space.
Okay. I've never heard of this.
Color Out of Space stars Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
As a father. It's a take on a Lovecraft story. And this family lives in this house. The house starts to be enveloped in this colored mist. And that's really the whole setup, and awful shit starts happening and culminates in one of the most fucked up body horror scenes ever. Worse than Men. Men's not even on my list.
No.
Yeah.
But it does have a epic ending.
And a place in my heart. And a place probably in my top 30. So, what's your number 2?
The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Hell yes. How good is The Thing?
It's also funny. And it's not intentionally funny. But
it's because Kurt Russell is the most charming human being on earth.
He really
this guy.
He still is. Like, I love For Another Time. Kurt Russell is the most epic man to have ever lived. Like, I mean, he has some of those stories that are just like, that like the Arizona lights where, the floating lights where there was a UFO. Like, there's only one plane that was in the air at that time that caught it. It was Kurt Russell.
And it was fucking Kurt Russell.
Yes, there are types of like murderers, things that he has stories on. He's just great. The movie's fantastic. Very uncomfortable. I love the transformations. Here's the thing about that movie. I think that at the time, horror did have rules, and we will eventually cover slashers and we'll get into Scream, but at the time, horror had rules, and you knew what the rules were, and or you didn't, and now we do. But funny enough, nowadays we don't really abide by those rules. We have people have desensitized themselves, and so we have to find new ways to make people uncomfortable. Here's the thing, though: the 1970s broke a rule that right now we'll never break, and that's killing a dog.
Killing a dog out the gate.
Yeah. Unless you're John Wick and you need to really make some people mad and establish a villain quick, you don't kill a dog in a movie.
And John Carpenter said, "Fuck what you heard." Not only that, I'm gonna make my dog the bad guy, kind of.
Yeah. That scene is so early on, and when he puts that dog in there, and that dog is like trepidatious. Oh my God.
Dude. I might watch The Thing again too.
It's so good. It's so
Cat's
good.
out of the bag. It's my number 1.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag. It's my number one. It's paranoia. It's transformations. It's the unexpected. You can't stop it. You can't fight it. You can't get away from it.
Oh, I love the ending where he's like, "We're not getting out of here.
Yep.
We're not getting out of here. We're just making sure it don't leave here."
And that's why Kurt Russell's the fucking man.
Yeah, it's the best. I love it when they're testing the blood, and he goes, "Yep, he was good." He's like, "So you just killed him?" Like, so he's dead for nothing. And then he just looks at him. He's like, "Yeah." That scene is also funny. I love it after they killed them. After they've shown the monster, killed the monster. The one dude gets his head crushed. After all that happens. And then there's like 3 or 4 people still there, and the dude is tied to the couch.
Yes, dude.
Like, I would love as much as possible to sit here and be with you guys. Get me off this fucking couch. Like, it's so good.
Dude, yeah, The Thing, if you haven't seen The Thing, you have to stop what you're doing and go watch it.
It's great. My number one is The Fly.
God, yeah, see, if your number one's not The Thing,
Yeah.
it's got to be The Fly.
And it's so hard because the two were interchangeable for me, and I've got about 50 of these, versions of these 5 where they're all in different orders, and those two flip flop a lot.
Yes.
I think the reason why The Fly is just because Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, man. And it's I think it was.
And that's a remake, right?
It is a remake.
1950s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is a remake. The ending is much more grotesque.
Oh, for sure.
And poetic. The whole film is more poetic. Cronenberg can't help himself. But The Fly, what's great about it is that what I was talking about, that insular threat, and one man experiencing it pretty much for most of the movie.
Yeah.
And just one of the most iconic endings in history. Kill me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it does. Those two have so similar notes on the way they do body horror.
Yes.
Yes. It's just got, like I said, it has, you don't get anything like that. Like, it's so bad that it's fake, but you still are in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's not something you get these days. They want you to feel that visceral experience that, like, it feels like it could happen. I think there's something to be said about a movie that has something on the screen so stupid.
Now, in The Fly, he did it on purpose, right?
I need to go back and revisit it.
I want to say he did it on purpose. Or
I thought
maybe
it was an accident. I thought it was an accident. I thought that the fly got into the experiment.
You're right. The fly flew into the thing.
But I might be wrong.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
It's been a minute since I've seen it, but it sticks with you. The reason why I watched the thing last night was to see if it would dethrone it.
Very good. I might watch The Fly tonight then.
I might too. Yeah.
I might watch The Fly tonight because it is one of those movies where the body horror is what sticks with me. 15 years since I've seen it,
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, it's about a scientist slowly turning into an insect, or rapidly turning into an insect.
Yeah, and not a small one.
Do you know about bug politics?
It's just, yeah.
Insects don't have politics.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Killer list. Loved it.
Great list.
Loved yours. Glad we had a couple that were, flip-flop. That was wonderful. Enjoyed that. So I think next week we're going to look at slashers.
Slashers, a classic. But first, Dead Homies.
Mine's coming from The Thing, my man.
Yeah.
I think it's the scene where I was talking about where they're on the couch and testing the blood, and they they hit the thing and the blood jumps out, and then the dude starts shaking.
Yes, yeah.
And he starts to morph, and the other guy just kind of looks at him like he has that moment where he knows he's fucked. And he has every room. He's one of the only people not tied down. He can get out of there, and he's just like, I'm going to die. And just head collapse.
When it registers.
And it's so laughably, it's hilarious. He's got him in the air.
Dude, it's that thing of like, it's the same thing that makes Alien great, of like, these are just common dudes. These are dudes.
Yeah. So that's it for me. Who is your dead homie?
My dead homie is going to another Cronenberg film. It is the head explosion from Scanners. Mm-hmm. I love Scanners. The head explosion makes me laugh every time. It's just so over the top and absurd and grotesque. One of the most famous, death scenes in horror history. The head explosion from Scanners.
Also Cronenberg, right?
Also Cronenberg.
Fantastic.
Big Cronenberg guy, if you hadn't picked up on that.
2 episodes in, and you've mentioned him multiple times.
Yeah. One of my other favorite movies, Cronenberg, is just in it. Nightbreed.
Oh. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, Cronenberg plays the therapist in Nightbreed.
I'll be damned. Did not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the therapist and the main villain of the movie. But you don't find that out till later.
Got it. Fantastic.
Yeah, so next week we'll get into slashers. That brings us to the end of body horror. All you creepy crawlies and ookie spookies, get out there and check out the body horror. Figure out what you can handle on the squirm scale. And
just when you think that you found your limit, find something else.
Ooh.
Go a little further, push yourself just a little further.
I like that. We're going to leave you guys with that. We'll catch you next week.
So